Celebrating the 2020 year, the 100th birthday of Robert Heptinstall, and the 30th anniversary. The ISN Video Legacy Project with Stuart Cameron. 2020 is a special year of vision we celebrated 20 years ago in my only article in a law journal. In 2000, my assistant Michelle Hales had identified a call for papers in an issue of the John Marshall Journal of Information Technology and Privacy Law devoted to cyber medicine. And we responded with an article which still seems quite interesting today, 20 years later. And then, also this year, on July 22nd, is the 100th year birthday of my mentor, Robert Heptinstall. Stuart Cameron and I are still working together actively. We are preparing an editorial about the ISN Video Legacy Project, which celebrates its 30th year in 2020. The 50 interviews of nephrology founders we conducted up until 2007 have been expanded considerably by the efforts of Georgina Piccoli and her colleagues from EDTA ERA. Soon there will be more than 200 interviews in total. Here is the current playlist with 171 videos. The European Pioneers of Nephrology series begins with number 66. The 2001 Law Journal article in the John Marshall Journal of Information Technology and Privacy Law is a fascinating document because its title, Cyber Medicine, Mainstream Medicine by 2020, Crossing Boundaries, refers to life and encourages the reader to imagine life in the present year 2020. It's interesting to reflect on the impact of my mentor, Robert Heptinstall, in my later career. 47 years ago, in January 1973, when I was a first-year PGY trainee in pathology at Johns Hopkins on my cytology rotation, I had 5 Oberlin College winter term project students join me to learn about medical research. No trainee had ever done that before, and Dr. Heptinstall was fascinated by the activity and urged me to keep on doing it, urged that I continue it. 47 years later, I'm still employing undergraduate students in my research, so you might say that the idea stuck. I won the 2016 Tier 1 Clinical Mentoring Award at the University of Alberta Faculty of Medicine and Dentistry as a consequence of this activity. One of Dr. Heptinstall's first acts of kindness when I joined the training program at Johns Hopkins was to observe that because I was tall, I had to hunch way over to use the microscope in my cubicle. And he recommended that I get a microscope stand. I've used many different kinds of microscope stands. And in 2016, the students working with me created a collage of their favorite pictures that I had put online to provide artistic coverage for the microscope stand, which is now one of the most prominent features in my office that catches the eye as you walk in. In June 1972, I showed up at Johns Hopkins a month early, wanting to do some research before my residency began. Dr. Heptinstall was happy to provide me with research exposure, but also suggested that I take a break and smell the flowers. So that bit of wisdom and advice is now on the pillow on the buddy bench in the hallway around the corner from my office. The Simpson family metaphor one also sees on the bench comes from the fact that the time course, the Simpson TV show, and the Banff classification from 1990 to today are the same in both entities. So, happy 2020, happy 100th birthday to Robert Heptinstall. Thanks very much for watching.